So, Lagos State's proposing 813 billion naira as its budget for 2017. This is Governor Akumi Ambodes' first budget for his 4-year administration that took office last year. So, nice. So, Lagos State will spend the largest in the history. It's called the Golden Jubilee budget. Akumi Ambode is the one who will superintend the state's Golden Jubilee anniversary. That's quite a very big honor to be the one in charge of the state when he's celebrating its 50 years of creation. And of course, Lagos has been there for several decades. So Lagos history dates back to not just 21st, 20th century, but all the way down to 19th and 18th century. So of course, so we're going to be keeping our ears to the ground as far as that anniversary is concerned. But this budget is very key. Perhaps in the next 1-2 years, Lagos will be around 1 trillion in budget. That's snapping at the heels of the Nigerian government's federal budget, still around 6-7 trillion naira. That's quite big. But look at the business and economy of Lagos. A number of things are changing. The Commissioner for Finance is live on the program today. Akiyemi Ashade will be talking to us in the next 15 minutes or thereabouts. So you don't want to miss this conversation with them. But first, let's do this as a curtain raiser with Ayodeji, always Senior Associate Investment Banking at Afrinvest. Good morning, Ayodeji. Thanks.
Good morning.
We appreciate that. Let's talk to Lagos State. We all live, work, and play in Lagos, so it's right for us to talk about the state, isn't it?
Yeah, interesting.
This is a very big budget, isn't it? A lot of money.
Yes, a lot of money, but when you also look at Lagos State in terms of its importance to the economy, it's very key in terms of its contributions to GDP, over 30% to GDP. So you can't easily neglect the relevance of Lagos State to the overall economy. Looking at the budget, Golden Jubilee budget, yes, it is it's one of the highest in history, and based on 813 billion naira. It's in terms of the structure, it's very well articulated. When you look at in terms of the expenditure mix, about 63% will be going to capital expenditure, while about 37% will go into recurrent expenditure, which is what even at the national level should begin to focus more on. The more you invest in your economy, the more you invest in your state, the more you attract foreign investment, the more you're able to ramp up your internally generated revenue. You see currently Lagos State's internally generated revenue accounts for about 74% of its total revenue. So some of these strategic moves that have helped assisted Lagos State to get to this level.
If you look at let's talk about the structure of the economy of Lagos. We get a bit of an understanding of where this money is coming from, where it's being spent. Lagos 20-30 years ago is basically about the markets, isn't it? The big banks have their head offices here, almost all the oil companies have their offices here. Somebody looking at Lagos and the seaport say, well, it has what you call federal advantage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. But then things are changing, isn't it? Lagos now has oil and gas. It's now one of the oil producing states. By December this month, Mr. Ashadi and the rest of his team will be happy to get part of their own derivation fund. So money is coming in from Lagos, not just from the traditional markets, economy, commerce, what have you, between here, West Africa and what have you, but again from new economy, which is oil and gas, hydrocarbon, export processing, whatever.
Yes, but we need to look beyond. You can see Lagos State is also trying to open up some other areas. You can see the Lekki-Beju axis, trying to see how it can ramp up activity within that space. Lagos State is not just focusing on FAC allocation that comes on the monthly basis. It's been able to come up with a platform technology to increase its tax net. I know Lagos State still needs to do more in terms of that, because when you look at the informal sector, it's not been properly captured. So Lagos State can still do well in terms of its revenue, especially its internally generated revenue. Lagos State can still do very well. It's a very strategic state, and you still need to invest if you want to continue, if you want to attract investment. When you look at in terms of ranking, in terms of ease of doing business, you see there are still some lapses. When you see in terms of getting approval for contracts, Lagos State is still has the least, ranked 36 amongst the 36 states. So it means there are a lot of the bottlenecks. When you look at procedure, about 18 procedures compared to some states that you just go through like 8 procedures to get approval for contracts before you can. So if you discover maybe a private organization feels that, okay, this road goes through my company, I can rehabilitate it and make it more functional. Then when you look at the process that it takes you to get those approvals, and those are some of those things that Lagos State may be losing some investment in that particular space. So they still need to do some overhauling in terms of ease of doing business.
Quickly, do you think oil and gas, hydrocarbon, and what have you would change the economy of Lagos?
Yes, it's really going to change the economy of Lagos in terms of the revenue. And it will give you more capacity to invest more in infrastructure.
Where would you want to see Lagos invest more out of this money? About 512 billion going into capital expenditure.
Yeah, I would advise light rail. Light rail is very key because you need to look at the transportation network. It's still, yes, I know a lot of work is being done in that area, but we need to see it through to see how the network, the road and transportation network is really key to economic activity in the state.
That's about work. You want to have fun in Lagos, you also live here. So what else would you want to see done?
Yeah, hospitality, tourism, they can also see how they want to ramp that up. They can come up with policy. Yes, policy where after the hard work, then you go and you need place where you can also go and relax. You also attract. As a tourism, you also attract people to come and at least for sightseeing to relax during either the summer, or people will just come relax. It will also serve as an avenue for sources of revenue for the state.
Yeah, okay, you've told us where you want to work and live and play in Lagos. Mr. Ashade is listening to you, the Commissioner for Lagos in terms of finance. He's listening to this conversation. He'll be taking your seat in the next 3 minutes. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Who is a senior associate investment banking at Afrinvest. We'll come back after the break. Stick around, everyone. We will have a lot to talk about as we get the Lagos State Commissioner of Finance to talk to us about Ambodes Golden Jubilee budget. This is the first public television interview as far as this is concerned. Stick around, we'll be back.